Few places in the world offer cuisine the way New York does. With 20 million people across all cultures and races, it's not uncommon to find several different cuisines on a single block in New York City. The city's most famous for its hot dog carts and deep dish pizzas, but there's so much more to it. From bagels to wonton soups, from butter chicken to fine dining restaurants serving up the rarest, finest beef in the world, New York is a city of immigrants and a gateway to the rest of the United States. They all bring with them their own mosaic of cultures, enriching the food scene and the city. They say if you eat at a different restaurant every meal every day in New York, it will take you 23 years. But you can save yourself a lot of time and just go to the very best New York City has to offer. Just keep in mind that all these places need reservations at least a month in advance. They are not easy to get into. Welcome back to our channel. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you get notified every time we upload a video. Number 7, Daniel. $158 for a 4-course meal. Located between Madison Avenue and Park Avenue, Daniel is a new French restaurant on the Upper East Side. It was one of only 5 restaurants awarded 4 stars by the New York Times, and in 2019, Forbes rated them the top-ranked restaurant in America. How do they come by these accolades? Aside from the delicate, intricate plating and the old New York ambiance, Chef Daniel Boulud's dishes have earned him 2 Michelin stars and a Relais and Chateau Members Award. Neoclassical architecture meets contemporary interiors in this fine dining restaurant, and it includes the Skybox, a secret table that overlooks the kitchen. You can watch the food come alive right before you and marvel at the detail and intricacies of the operation. A prefix menu of 4 courses will cost you $158, and that's without any drinks. For a wine pairing, it's an additional $142, and we're just getting started. Number 6, Le Bernardin, $165 for a 4-course meal. If it's seafood with a touch of class you're craving, Le Bernardin in Midtown Manhattan is perfect. Born in Paris in 1972, Le Bernardin only served fish. After receiving their first Michelin star in 1976 and another 2 in 1980, they moved to New York and opened up in a discreet but classy fashion, earning 4 stars from the New York Times within 3 months of their opening, which is totally on brand for this restaurant. The freshest seafood is prepared using simple techniques to highlight the best qualities of the fish, and the menu is broken down into sections of almost raw, barely touched, and lightly cooked. A 4-course prefix meal comes to $165, and a tasting menu comes to $198. $293 if you want a wine pairing with each course. To get the best out of your Le Bernardin experience, you might want to book yourself a private dining room called Le Salon Bernardin. It's the perfect setting to try out the $373 chef's tasting menu, complete with wine pairings and an unbeatable ambiance. Number 5, Jean-Georges, $238 for a 6-course dinner. That sounds doable, right? $238 for a 6-course dinner at an upscale restaurant in New York City sounds pretty good. So what's the catch? Well, it's an additional $208 for wine pairings, bringing your total up to $446. And that's minus the tax. Is it any wonder? The jewel of Chef Jean-Georges Vongerichten's empire, this restaurant offers the best in fine dining, perfectly blending together French, American, and Asian influences. Jean-Georges has been consistently awarded 4 stars by the New York Times and received 3 Michelin stars for his inventive use of different essences and ingredients to curate unique and incredible flavors. If you're going to experience this chic, intimate dining area with stunning views of Central Park, then you might as well go the whole 9 yards. A 10-course tasting menu comes to $298 with an additional $288 for wine pairing. These often include a traditional tasting of the chef's signature dishes and a seasonal tasting featuring fresh market ingredients. Number 4, Momofuku Ko, $255 tasting menu. You'd have to be one lucky guy to score a spot at Momofuku Ko, David Chang's most upscale restaurant. Their reservations are all handled online, and it releases new seats about a month in advance, and it goes pretty fast. Momofuku Ko got its start as a noodle bar in 2004, influenced by Chang's time working in Japan and visiting ramen shops. After a year of trial and error, the noodle bar took off as a success when the chefs got a little artistic freedom and explored new avenues. Eventually, it moved up the street, and one of their brands, Ko, is one of the most prestigious restaurants in New York today. Located off First Street between 2nd Avenue and Bowery, this restaurant has 2 Michelin stars. The dining area is a 3-sided counter wrapped around the open kitchen, giving you a front row seat to marvel at the food as it's being prepared for you. The courses display the thought put into the linear progression of the dishes, and the unmistakable scent of shari rice, mackerel, and toasted nori will transport you. Both the dinner and lunch tasting menus come to $255, but if you decide to go for the a la carte menu, you might end up paying a little bit more. $700 to be exact, but a price well worth it given the food and the location. Number 3. 11 Madison Park, $335 for the tasting menu. The multi-course meal at 11 Madison Park focuses on ingredients inspired by the agricultural bounty and culinary history of New York City. It overlooks Madison Square Park and sits at the base of the historic Art Deco building on the corner of 24th and Madison Avenue. The modern, elegant dining room is in breathtaking symmetry, and everything here is custom-made, from the staff's suits to the water vases. It's a perfect introduction to the meticulous detail and precision you can expect from Chef Daniel Humm. The cocktails are perfectly crafted to give you a highlight of their range of botanicals with every sip you take. The menu boasts some wonderful unique concoctions like a smoked sturgeon cheesecake with caviar or cheddar with pretzel and beer. The classic dish of the restaurant is the duck roasted with honey and lavender. Classic New York remains an important theme throughout. The chef's tasting menu comes to $335, and that includes taxes and gratuity, but not beverages. An exclusive 11-course menu was available in 2017, and its goal was to retrospect on classic dishes before moving on to a brand new menu. That menu cost $300, and with good reason. Black truffles, aged cheddar sauces, wild mushrooms, and select wines were the order of the day. The desserts in the updated menu include a Meyer lemon with black sesame and a yogurt composition. If that doesn't sound like something you want to sink your teeth into, I don't know what is. Number 2. Per Se, $355 tasting menu. Even with the stunning cityscape at your feet and the restaurant's genius design whereby all tables face the large windows, your attention won't stray far from the presentation of these dishes. Per Se is a new American and French restaurant located in the Time Warner Center in Manhattan. It's Thomas Keller's New York interpretation of the French Laundry in the same building, and it features a serene and intimate environment with sweeping views of Central Park and Columbus Circle. Per Se is Keller's second 3 Michelin-starred property, and it features his 9-course tasting menu using a classic French technique and the finest quality of ingredients available. The kitchen's sourcing is impeccable, making you question what's familiar and what isn't. The milk-poached poulard, for example, is so exquisite that any chicken you eat after this will majorly disappoint, and that might just be Keller's aim. They also have an award-winning wine list featuring more than 2,000 bottles. The collection includes older wines as well as ones from smaller producers, which makes them rare. If you're hosting an event and need a little privacy, there's an East Room with its own unique tasting menu and a West Room with audio-visual features and its own guest lobby area. And what's more, if you feel like your home provides a better ambiance for a homey feel, you can hire the chefs in Per Se to cater your event. Number 1. Masa, $600 for the prefix menu. Across from Per Se on the same floor is Masa, New York's priciest restaurant. There are only 26 seats here, and here's the catch: there's no menu. You are entirely at the mercy of the genius chef Masa Takayama. If you're lucky, you can score seats at the bar where you can watch him work and get the full omakase experience. Everything from the cutlery and crockery to the counters defines muted elegance, and they stay strong to their Asian roots. The sushi bar is a $260,000 piece of rare hinoki wood only found in Japan, and Masa is one of only 2 restaurants in New York to have this feature. The offerings here are omakase only, with chef-selected meals costing $600 minus the drinks, so you could easily end up spending $700 to $800 here. Chef Takayama prepares the menu himself, often with seasonal and many exotic ingredients like truffles and Kobe beef. You will have the luxury of eating fish that has been specially flown in from Japan just for you. So, have you added eating to your travel itinerary yet? You should. If you enjoyed this video,